What's good, Steeler Nation? My name is Jack Sperry, and this is Steelers Talk. Today, we're going to be going over some new Steelers injury news, some big news on Kenny Pickett. That'll be coming up. And then we also have some trade scenarios, the latest on all the Steelers NFL trade deadline news and rumors. We're going to be going all over all of it. But right now, we had a like battle with the Chat Sports Dolphins channel yesterday, Dolphins Today, and we smoked them, guys. Look at that, 990 likes on one video. Man, that's impressive. Thank you guys so much for liking the video, but we're not going to stop there. We are going to keep embarrassing Dolphins today until we play them on Sunday Night Football. We're going to beat them off the field. We're going to beat them on the field. Let's get that done right now by liking this video right here at the top of the show. Now, let's get into some injury news for the Steelers. These three players have been cleared to play. Kenny Pickett, Pat Freiermuth, and Levi Wallace. All of them had concussions, and all of them are coming back. They have all cleared concussion protocol and are ready to play against the Dolphins on Sunday. These are three key players. Obviously, the secondary has a ton of injuries, so getting Levi Wallace's bat is big. Pat Freiermuth, the tight end, having him back on the field is fantastic. And then Kenny Pickett, he will be back on the field to play as the Pittsburgh Steelers starting quarterback this weekend against the Dolphins. And I'm excited, man. He looks he's been looking pretty darn good to start the year, and I'm excited to see what he can do against a very blitz-heavy Dolphins defense. Now let's go into the injury report and some more good news. All 10 players that we had on the injury report yesterday practiced fully yesterday. So look at all these players. We got 10 players, starters, all practiced fully. And right now, at this point, if you're practicing on Thursday fully, you are most likely going to play. So it's looking like all 10 of these players listed are going to be on the field. And with these guys back healthy, we're going to have all the Steelers starters on the field for this game, and I'm super, super excited to get things going. Now, guys, I want you guys to go follow me on Twitter right now. I put up Kenny Pickett film analysis, Mitchell Trubisky film analysis. I live tweet every single Steelers game, so if that's something that interests you, go follow me on Twitter right now, and if you do, I will give you a shout-out on the next episode of Steelers Talk. And speaking of that, here are today's shout-outs. Howard, thank you so much for the follow, man. I appreciate you. Kaser43, thank you so much for the follow. You So Trouble, thank you so much, man. Jimmy Spiker1, love that picture, dude. Love the goatee. And then Jimmy, I hope I'm not butchering this, Wolgamuth, thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate the follow. And if you want to have a shout-out on next week's or the next episode of Steelers Talk, go follow me on Twitter right now. I am at Jack_Sperry. Now, let's get into some Steelers trade rumors. We've been hitting this heavily this week because the NFL trade deadline is coming up, and talking about trades is what we like to do here at Chat Sports. Let's start with the biggest name being thrown out right now, Chase Claypool. Now, I know a lot of you guys are like, oh, why are we talking about Claypool? We're not going to trade him. Why would we trade him? According to reports, they are heavily considering trading him, and the Green Bay Packers are heavily considering to trade him. Apparently, they're all in to go get Chase Claypool. So we're going to talk about this today. We're going to see where things go. Here is a potential trade offer that I would entertain. So we would give them Claypool, and they would give us a second rounder and a fifth rounder. So this is the one that's been thrown around on Steelers Twitter as kind of like the fair offer. But personally, I don't think I would go this route. I wouldn't trade Claypool right now. He had a fantastic game against the Bucs. He's obviously massively talented. And right now, I don't think this is a move that the Steelers need to make. So let's look at some reasons why we should keep Chase Claypool here in Pittsburgh. Number one, he's a massive talent. There's not many guys at his size that can run as fast as he can. He's very talented. You know, he's kind of on and off with the route running and the ball skills. But last week, he was fantastic. And right now, you just don't find guys that are, 6'3", whatever he is. He's a massive, massive dude that runs super fast. You don't find that every day. He's a massive talent. And then also, he's an excellent run blocker. When you're that big and that strong, you can really bully some DBs in the run game. And I know it's like, well, he's a wide receiver. Do we really care if he can run block? The answer to that question is absolutely yes, because it gives us so many opportunities to use him as a blocker for screens, for, for toss sweeps, cross sweeps. It's going to be, you just need guys that can run block. Look at the 49ers. Look at any zone rushing scheme. They love to get receivers, big receivers that can run block. Chase Claypool and George Pickens are two of some of the best run blocking wide receivers in football. And I think with both of them on the roster, the Steelers could really do some interesting things in the run and screen game. And then finally, he has an inexpensive contract. In the NFL, the name of the game is getting really good players at a value. And right now, Claypool is definitely out of value. Right now, he's less than $2 million, and then next year it kicks into just over $2 million. So it's a very inexpensive contract for a guy that's a massive talent, excellent run blocker, very fast, very big, and he's starting to show some of the production that we've been looking to see from him over the past couple of seasons. So I really like Claypool, but I want to hear from you guys. Would you trade Chase Claypool for a second round and a fifth round pick? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Personally, I would not trade him for this package. If they offer a first round pick, maybe I think about it, but for a second and a fifth, I don't think I'd do it. All right, now let's go into another guy that's pretty intriguing here. Isaiah Simmons from the Arizona Cardinals. He had a pick six last night on Thursday Night Football. He's been someone that's been kind of around the rumor mill, kind of on the trade block. There's been whispers that the Cardinals might trade him for the right price. So obviously, the Steelers need a linebacker right now, so let's go over some reasons why we could trade for Isaiah Simmons. Number one, he's not a great fit with his current team. This is why many people think that the Cardinals will listen to trade offers for him. Now, the Cardinals are competing for an NFC West championship right now, so it might not be the best idea to trade Isaiah Simmons, especially for like a mid-round pick. But at the end of the day, he's not a fantastic fit for that man zone defensive scheme that Vance Joseph likes to run in Arizona, and I think he'd be a much better fit in Pittsburgh. Reason number two is Pittsburgh needs another linebacker. Devin Bush is not it, guys. He's not. Miles Jack is fine. Robert Spillane, not so great, and then Devin Bush, man, he has not played well this season. He's had some flashes, but overall it's been bad. And adding another linebacker, a versatile talent like Isaiah Simmons would do wonders for this defense. I don't want to say it would be a Minkah Fitzpatrick type of addition, but with his versatile skill set, with the way he can run, with the way he can tackle, with all the things that he can do on the field, where he's essentially a third safety at the linebacker position at his size, like there's so much that Mike Tomlin could do with this kind of talent, and I trust Mike Tomlin to turn this kind of talent into a star-level linebacker in this league. I think that Isaiah Simmons would be fantastic in this Mike Tomlin scheme, and I think it would be completely worth it to go get him at maybe like a fourth-round pick, fourth-round pick value somewhere in there, maybe third-round pick. But at the end of the day, this is what I would give up for him. Just a fourth-round pick. Just a fourth-round pick, and I think I would do the deal. Now, is this going to happen? Very likely not. I would say the Cardinals would only trade him for like a second-round pick at the very least. But if it were me, if I were the GM, Omar Khan, I would go, I'll give you a fourth-round pick for him. And if they say no, they say no. But I would trade for Isaiah Simmons if the right price is there. Now, is trading for Isaiah Simmons a legit possibility in your mind? Type 1 for yes, type 0 for no. Personally, I'm not sure if it's a legitimate possibility per se, but I think it is something where Omar Khan should at least give a call to see if he's available. Now let's go into my favorite trade targets for the Steelers coming up here before the November 1st deadline. Number one is William Jackson from the Washington Commanders. Now there's been conflicting reports here. There's been some that are saying that he wants out, and then there's been some that say he doesn't want out. He's just injured. Now let's look at his PFF grades throughout his career. When he started his career in Cincinnati, he was bloody fantastic. His rookie season, he was one of the top man corners in football, fourth-rated corner in the National Football League. Then, he maintained some pretty decent stats there. 2019 was kind of an off year, but 18 and 20, pretty decent there. And then he goes to Ron Rivera's and Jack Del Rio's zone-heavy scheme, and that doesn't really fit his skill set, and it's just dropped off a cliff. 59.3 last year, and then this year, he's one of the worst-graded corners in football. So it's obvious that he is a man corner, The man system defensively is what fits his skill set best. And the Steelers, when Mike Tomlin's defenses are playing well, they're playing a lot of blitz and they're playing a lot of man coverage. So William Jackson is somebody that I would love to see them go get and bring into the fold for the future of this franchise. Now, this is the point in the show, guys, where I ask you guys to go subscribe to Steelers Talk right now. We are trying to get to 19,000 subscribers right now. We're right on the brink of 18.4, and we're trying to get up to 19 by Halloween. That is my personal goal, to get up to Halloween so I can dress up as Terry Bradshaw. Once we hit 19K, whenever that is, I am going to wear and unveil the Terry Bradshaw bald cap here on Steelers Talk for an entire episode. We're getting a bald cap with the fringes on the side and everything. I will wear it for an entire episode if we can get it up there. It would be great to do it for Halloween, but at the end of the day, 19K is going to be 19K whenever we get there. Number 2 on my list is Isaiah Wynn, the offensive tackle from the New England Patriots. I would love to grab this guy as the future left tackle of this franchise. And, Dan Moore Jr., he's fine. He's okay. But if we could get Isaiah Wynn, I mean, just look at his PFF grades. It's been fantastic. 33rd, 11th, 30th. And this year's not fantastic, but he's a very solid overall left tackle that's a fantastic run blocker. And to me, I would love to get a little bit more run blocking talent on this offensive line. We're doing okay in pass protection right now, but just look at the numbers, guys. The run game is terrible, and the reason why is because the offensive line is just not fantastic at run blocking right now, mostly because Matt Canada's system doesn't fit the personnel, but I'm not going to get into a Matt Canada rant today. I'm in a good mood. All right, number 3, Isaiah Simmons. We've already covered Simmons today, but I would love to see the Steelers pick him up, of course, for the right price. I'm not going to pay too much for him, but let's take a look at his grades here throughout his career, and it hasn't been fantastic, guys. That first season was his best at 29th overall in the National Football League. Then the last 2 years have just not been fantastic. He did have a pick 6 last night, though. Really showed off that speed. But it's getting pretty obvious that he's not a great fit for Van Joseph's defense. But bringing him into the fold in Pittsburgh with Mike Tomlin's ability to get the most out of really talented players, I would really love to see him in the black and yellow. Now, Sidney Jones is my last name here. I would much rather have William Jackson. That's why he's first on my list and Jones is last. But if William Jackson isn't available, I would still like to see them pick up Sidney Jones. He's not playing much right now in Seattle. He's mostly a man corner, which I like. I think it's a good fit for this Pittsburgh defense. But at the end of the day, I would rather have Jackson than Jones. All right, guys, that'll be it for today's show. Remember, we are in a like battle with Dolphins today, and we're going to try to get more likes on this video than we did on yesterday's video. Our goal is 1,000 likes on this video. So if you want to embarrass, not just beat, but embarrass Will Scott and Dolphins Today this week, go like this video right now and rack up those likes. All right, guys, that is the end of today's show. Type "Here we go" in all caps in the comments section if you are a real one and made it to the end of the show. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.